Let's get real in this bitch. Someone wanted a video on how not to piss the spirits off. I'm going to talk a lot about different varieties of means that I've seen people piss the spirits off and different levels of them getting pissed off and things that people can do to make amends. Talk about times in which you can't make amends with them. First, I want to talk about people making pacts and not understanding that these motherfucking pacts are lifelong agreements. Even if you agree to work with this spirit heavily, devotionally, for 6 months to get something in return for that, you making that pact with them is forming an impenetrable bond that is giving you the ability to have access to that spirit 24/7, but not only you having access to them having access to you. You're building a bridge between worlds, and you're letting yourself cross that bridge, but you also give them the ability to cross the bridge into you. The more you work with them, you need to understand you're going to become more like them. The more you walk this path, the more you become like them. The initiations that you do will make you more like them. Understand that becoming more like them is not always easy, and it's not something that you're going to be so open to. See, you see a lot of young practitioners, see a lot of naive practitioners that jump into the shit and they want to immediately try and transfigure themselves and become something that they know they cannot handle. But it's because they feel like they're entitled to that specific energy that they rush through the process of understanding what it takes, understanding the mindset that you need to have, understanding the kind of rituals that you have to partake in just to even feel a minuscule amount of that energy that it takes to go through with that transformation. See, and those kind of transformations take 10 plus years, which is what a lot of people don't want to hear. People don't want to hear time put on alchemy. People don't want to hear time put on rituals. They don't want to hear time put on manifestation. But this takes work. Everything that you do is going to take work. Rushing a spirit when you've asked them to do something is you not paying attention to what's really going on. That's you not looking for the signs and seeing that there are things that are playing out right in front of you, even if they're subtle, even if they're small. Shit is happening. Speaking to spirits any way that you so please. See, let me tell you something. That Solomonic shit, that threatening them, casting them into a triangle to get them to change back to certain shapes, that shit only works for so long. That shit only works for so long. The end result of you doing that shit are very, pissed off spirits because you threatened them, because you fucking told them that you were going to do shit to them that you know you physically cannot do, that you're using names of their enemies. That you talking to them like they're not of a specific hierarchy. It will result in absolute fucking disaster every single fucking time. There may be aspects that people have down, that they show to make it look pretty in the public, but motherfuckers get wrecked as a result of that. Behind the scenes, motherfuckers get fucked up because of that. Using those specific types of magic, if you are not cautious and you don't understand what you're doing, will fuck you up forever. Because yes, you're working with them. But you're also setting off a ticking fucking time bomb that you might as well just strap to your fucking chest. Those kind of practices are not shit that I would recommend anybody practice. That is just me. It is a good idea to understand how a king would want to be treated, how a jarl is to be treated, how a duke is to be treated, how a marquis is to be treated. How familiars are to be treated. How undead familiars are to be treated. How nature familiars are to be treated. How shadow familiars are to be treated. And so on and so forth. You have to adapt on this path. You have to understand that there's a time and a place for speaking certain words, certain ways. In some instances, speaking certain dialect. Forgetting and making excuses is common on this path. It's very common. Some of the spirits that are more patient, they may let you slide. But someone like Beelzebub is not just going to let you slide when it comes down to certain things. Because he's the type that wants to hold you accountable for your fucking actions. He's the type that wants to show you what you are capable of, but at the same time, teach you lessons about what you should not fucking do as someone who walks this path. I've heard stories of people talking to King Paimon any kind of way. Remember what I said? Know how to speak to a king and understand where you are bringing a king. You need to realize that that is a king. If you're inviting a king from another world into your house, and you have people that are around you that you don't want to be harmed, or you don't want to experience physical manifestation, corporal spirits, right? Corporal manifestations. You don't want these people to experience poltergeist activity. You don't want them to experience hearing loud bangs, booms, being attacked as tests from spirits that Paimon is sending into their dreams or into actual reality. Then you bring them away from your ritual space. You keep people who you want to keep safe away from your ritual space. You keep the spirits that you know, if you've done your research and you actually understood how big of a deal it is to bring them into your fucking home, you would bring them into your space, your sacred temple, your ritual space, your ritual room, your inner sanctum. That's where you take them. That's where you invite them. If you're confident with contacting them, if you're confident with understanding what they're capable of, and you're okay with shit possibly happening in front of you or to you within the walls of that ritual space. People want to summon Paimon, and when he's making noises, and you know he makes noises, and you know he has corporal manifestations, he physically manifests. He's a fucking king. He's very powerful. And you invite him into your home? And you decide to set boundaries? And you set boundaries after the fact that you've invited him in? That's going to piss off Paimon. There have been people who have been flung across the fucking room for that. There have been people who have been slapped for that, scratched for that. These spirits can do physical harm to you. They can. You're inviting them into your space. Don't be a fucking idiot and think that you can talk to them any way that you so wish to, when you knew exactly who they were from the fucking jump. Everybody wants to bitch and complain about working with certain spirits and shit happening within their life when they know exactly who the fuck they're working with. And if they don't need to be working with them. That is a prime example of the number one way to piss a fucking spirit off. Not understanding who the fuck you're calling to in the first place. Not being prepared. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not being prepared. Don't invite them into your fucking home if you have people who you're wanting to protect and you know that there's shit that can get wicked as a result of you calling to that specific spirit. Another very common thing that happens that really pisses off Infernos that are more patient, to be honest with you. More patient energies, such as Astaroth, Pune, Belphegor, Marbus, just to name a few. See, working with them, yes, they're patient. But don't forget. Don't you fucking forget for a second that it is about respect when you're working with them. And when you don't keep their word and they're being patient with you and you keep making fucking excuses and they've been making things happen for you, right? They're making things happen in your life and changing it in the most beautiful ways. Helping you with communication in your relationship, establishing strong bonds and friendships, making you extremely popular in the public eye. Helping you grow a social media account, whatever the fuck it may be. And they're being patient with you, and all they ask is that you get up and you light a candle for them, burn incense for them, give them something to feed upon. See, it's not the ones that are impatient that you need to worry about. It's the ones that are patient that you need to worry about. The ones that have the aspects that are very kind and able to see from another perspective. It's those that you want to really pay attention to offending, because there's far more that you need to know about them than there is to know about spirits that will get pissed instantly, because you know what pisses them off. For spirits that are patient, you don't know what pisses them off because they're so fucking patient. And that's why it's very dangerous to work with the ones that are more intelligent, that are more relaxed, that are more kind, that are more nice. They're doing that for a fucking reason. They do that for a reason, because they know how powerful they are. They won't be cocky with you. They won't try and intimidate you. They will warn you. They will warn you of when you're slacking. They will give you chances. They will give you multiple chances even. And this is why the ones that are more patient are considered to be more beginner friendly, because they're patient. But don't get that shit twisted. Don't get it twisted. Just because they're beginner friendly does not mean that they will not fuck you up. That does not mean that they won't fuck you up. Another thing that really pisses off the spirits is the clashing of creators, the clashing of other practitioners, the clashing of other devotees under a certain spirit, clashing with each other over human concepts, completely forgetting the fact that who they're devoted to has never been a fucking human. So they don't sit and deal with petty fucking ordeals that humans cause in the first place. Fighting with each other based on unverified gnosis. Gnosis that is not fucking verified. Fighting with each other about opinions. Not even fucking fact. Not even proven to be true. because of the inflated ego of the motherfucker who thinks that they're better than the other devotees. I hope you follow, because this is very fucking common and it's ridiculous. It's fucking sad. No one pays attention. No one truly pays attention. I won't say no one, because there are a lot of people that I know that I definitely respect, that are masters, and they have earned that fucking title as a result of understanding the principles of this practice, of this path, and whatever current they're working with. But there are a lot of motherfuckers who lose sight of work with the spirit and the fucking ego. That is the main reason why so many motherfuckers clash in the first place. They clash because they let their ego run fucking rampant. They don't get checked. It's not normal for people to get checked on bullshit that they're putting out. Everyone wants to get fucking mad and sad and feel sorry for motherfuckers that are getting publicly exiled. And they deserve it in the first place. Everyone wants to fucking get upset at the people who really hold motherfuckers to their word. The bitching and the complaining and the fighting and the complete fucking disconnect from the spirits themselves. People will be working with the spirit for 2 months, get some very, very minimal results, and think that they're the shit, and start claiming that they're a master of this and that, and then they start dabbling in different shit that they don't know about. Dabbling in shit that they have no idea about and claiming mastery over it. Dipping their hands in other cultures that they know for a fact they do not fucking understand. Dipping their hands in practices that are completely forbidden to motherfuckers that are outside of that ancestry, outside of that bloodline. See, ego plays a big part in a lot of this shit. And if you're actually working with the spirits, they will check the fuck out of that ego. They will check the fuck out of you. And they won't let you hang yourself if they do actually like you. If they fuck with you, they won't let you hang yourself. But if they don't, then they've been fucking with you from the beginning. And I'm not talking about them liking you or wanting to be around you or wanting to help you or seeing potential in you. I'm talking about them completely throwing shit at you to completely sabotage you because they know that you're a fucking idiot. Don't ever get fucking cocky on this path. No one's better than anyone else. Don't get arrogant in this shit. Because just as easily as you fucking acquired it, it's just as easily as you can get that shit snatched from right under your feet and go back to nothing. Motherfuckers will start fighting with each other and throwing curses at each other that are devoted to a fucking certain spirit instead of going into the DMs of that person and personally fucking talking to them to try and understand that perspective. But they claim that they work with this specific fucking deity so closely. But they claim to work with this spirit so fucking closely. If motherfuckers really was about what the fuck they say they're about, they wouldn't be fucking fighting amongst each other. They wouldn't be fighting amongst people who are considered their fucking brethren. They wouldn't be fighting amongst people who are considered their fucking family. Little do they know that as a result of them fucking fighting with that person who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about, right? That as a result of them fucking going on a smear campaign trying to completely destroy this person's image to the public, as a result of that, their platform gets fucking destroyed. As a result of that, their shit gets completely fucking destroyed. And no one threw magic at them, but they think someone threw magic at them because they didn't fucking pay attention to the fact that the spirit that they work with told them from the jump what they do, what they're about, what they don't fucking like. They tell you from the start if you pay the fuck attention. They show you who they are. They tell you who they are. And the more close you get to them, the more you become more like them. Becoming more like them can be a bad thing or it can be a really good thing, depending on the type of relationship that you have with them and their nature. Because some of them, even if they like you, they will fuck with you because they want to see what you're made of. Senseless shit goes on this path. Senseless fucking violence, senseless curses being thrown, senseless videos being made where people are talking shit about someone who is very fucking well equipped in the practice, because they don't fucking agree with what that person is saying, because they don't agree with what that person is saying, or they're fucking jealous of that person. You see what I mean? Jealousy on this fucking path has no fucking place on this path. No motherfucker on this path should be jealous of anybody, because everybody has their own fucking path. Everybody has their own, they have their own fucking route that they're taking. They have their own direction. They have their own fucking destiny. So if someone's shining and doing better than you right now, and that's considered to be your brethren under the spirits that you work with, why in the fuck would you go and try and take everything away from them? You should be going to try and take things away from the motherfuckers who are dross. The motherfuckers who do not fuck with you. The motherfuckers who are real enemies to you. That's who you should be going after. Not people who, if you just swallowed your motherfucking pride and asked them how they got to where they are, if you just respectfully came to them and asked them if they could help you and point you in the right direction to get to where they are. Most of the motherfuckers on this path that are advanced are not some bitch-ass motherfuckers who are going to be super fucked up to you and talk a bunch of shit to you or fucking tell you that they're not going to reveal anything to you. They're going to tell you tips and tricks on what the fuck you can do to improve what you're at right now to get too close to where they are, or to even surpass them. A real motherfucker would give you the keys to surpass them. That's what the fuck this shit is all about anyway. That's what this shit is about. Advancing with each other. Even if you pass somebody up that taught you the shit that you learned as a result of them teaching you that, you give that shit to them. Sure, you're going to have enemies along the way, but those are the motherfuckers that don't matter anyway. Those are the motherfuckers that don't need to be here because they're going to be destroyed by the spirits at the end of the day anyway. They're going to destroy themselves. All of the senseless, stupid shit, all of the fucking jealousy, all of the clashing, all of the opinions not even gnosis. All the political bullshit. That's another fucking thing. The political bullshit that people bring onto this path, onto their platform. If you're a fucking practitioner and you have a platform, there is no reason why you should be bringing your political bullshit to these platforms. Keep that shit to yourself. That shows that you're not working on your fucking ego. Because you're just putting that shit out there. Giving opinion because it's not a fact. You're giving opinion and not fact. That pisses the spirits off. Changing the principles of practice or the teachings of a certain fucking spirit or a pantheon to fit your own political liking and agenda through opinion is another thing that really pisses off a lot of the spirits. Because they don't give a fuck about who the president is. They don't give a fuck about who you voted for. They don't give a fuck about who you date. They don't give a fuck about what race you're into. They don't give a fuck about what sexual preference you have. They don't give a fuck about that. This is what people need to understand. If those 4 things that I just listed off are a fucking problem to you and you're a practitioner, and those things are still, very big on your fucking agenda that you're pushing, because that's what the fuck you're doing when you're bringing out bullshit to people who are your fans. You're trying to feed them bullshit. People need to get their shit together. That's what needs to fucking happen. And when the spirit doesn't check you on shit like that, it's because they've stepped back. And when they step back, what's happening? They're letting you crash and fucking burn. They're letting you crash and burn. Because if you're coming out with shit that is political, that is opinion and not fact, if you're coming out with shit that is absolutely fucking asinine, based on what you believe, pertaining to another fucking race, the spirits ain't gonna fuck with you. If you're talking about someone's sexual fucking preferences, or their fucking gender, their pronouns, whatever someone wants to do in their fucking bedroom, that's what they want to do. That shouldn't be up to you to decide. And there's no reason why you should be making any comments about it either. This isn't talked about a lot, but those things are things that piss the spirits off too. Because those are ego-based fucking things. Those are concepts that you need to fucking completely shed and let go of. Because if you're working with them, they're coming to you in whatever fucking way that they wish to. If Beelzebub wanted to, he could approach you as a black man. If Bune wanted to, Bune could approach you as a black woman. Bune could approach you as a white woman. Bune could approach you as a Mexican. Bune could approach you as an Asian. Bune could approach you as being as a fucking, Arabic person. Middle Eastern. Like, they will approach you in any fucking way because they are multiple facets of one fucking thing. I am so fucking sick and tired of people bringing political bullshit that is the exact same thing as the people who they oppose to these fucking social media platforms. Bringing that shit into the occult and trying to mix it in and make it seem like it's okay and that's what the spirits believe, because that's not what the spirits believe. That's not what they say. That's not what they do. That's not how they move. That is a human fucking concept. That is human concepts. People need to get the fuck out of the way and let the real motherfuckers come forward that are actually going to be showing how to get shit done. That are actually going to be delivering real gnosis from the spirits. That are actually going to be bringing forward progression. Real fucking results. Real help. That are actually going to be showing people how to be humble. That are actually going to be checking people when they're in the wrong, when it comes down to shit. That are actually going to be showing people the right way to do things. The ways that the spirits would teach them to do things. Not the ways that a fucking human would teach them to fucking do things. Let go of all this stupid ass political shit. Because the spirits are not going to fucking put up with it. They're going to fuck you up the second that you bring that shit to them and you keep trying to play around like you're fucking better than everyone else because of the political party that you fucking voted for or that you vote with or that you side with, which doesn't matter at the end of the fucking day because all that shit's an illusion anyway. You don't understand. Motherfuckers don't understand this shit. Motherfuckers ain't real when it comes down to this shit. They let all that shit get in the way. Don't let that shit get in the way. If you watch my channel and you watch my content, don't let none of that bullshit get in your way. If you come here and your fucking political beliefs or whatever they are, leave that shit at the door. Because I'm going to leave my shit at the door. We come here because we're learning about the occult. That's what we're learning about. We ain't learning about anything else. Political shit doesn't have a place here. It don't even matter. It doesn't fucking matter. You know what does matter? Racial fucking equality matters. Gender equality matters. Understanding that a lot of this shit that happens within life matters. And when you don't pay attention to that shit, that is what pisses the spirits off because they're trying to show you what's really fucking happening. And that's a fact. Sometimes you can write a letter. Sometimes you can write a letter to appease the spirits if you piss them off. As I've told you before, the ones that are more patient are not going to let you write a letter. They're going to have you doing some shit that is far more difficult to achieve as a result of you pissing them off. If you actually do want to go forward with making amends with them, making peace with them, appeasing their anger. They don't have to baby you. This is what people need to understand too. They don't have to baby you. They don't have to be patient with you. They don't have to do shit on your time. They do shit on their time. Leave all of that bullshit at the door if you're coming here. Leave all of that entitled shit at the door if you're coming here. Leave all of that racist shit at the door if you're coming here. Because I can guarantee you, any of the fucking spirits that you work with or you think you work with, they don't get down with that shit. They don't get down with that shit. They don't do that shit. They don't play that shit. They don't play devotees fighting with each other over stupid shit that is opinion. Over stupid shit that is political. Over stupid shit that isn't even verified. Over petty shit that doesn't matter. Because you don't agree with what somebody says. They don't get down with that shit. At the end of the day, do your research and work on yourself. This is why we tell you, understand yourself before you try and go working with these spirits. Because you're going to piss them off if you don't know yourself enough. If you don't know yourself enough, right, to keep your cool when you're under pressure, How the fuck do you expect to keep your cool if there's tests being fucking put into your life as a result of you working with a really fucking powerful spirit such as King Asmodeus? Sometimes that making amends will literally result in you having to completely sacrifice your fucking house to appease that spirit that you pissed off because you got that house from them in the first place. Sometimes that appeasement might result in you losing your fucking car, and that'll make them feel better. Communication plays a big part in it on this path. If you're not communicating with the spirits that you're working with, you're not doing this shit right. If your spirits aren't checking you on shit, you're not working with the spirits. That's facts. That's facts at the end of the day. Don't let people pump your head up with this pretty bullshit. Don't let people pump your head up with all these fucking aesthetics, telling you about stupid shit that doesn't matter to try and get $1 out of you. Don't let these motherfuckers fool you. This shit is not a game at the end of the day. It's not a game. This shit is not something that you want to fuck with. This is not shit that you want to play with. Because there are spirits that will get right with you. You will find the right one and they will fuck you up. And the crazy thing is that there are some of them that you might have a strong compatibility with. And you piss them off, and you are a similar zodiac sign as them. Right? And they have every single fucking aspect of what you are when you're angry. And they use that against you. Completely fucking destroying you. Because they know exactly what makes you tick. Stop fucking playing on this path like these fucking spirits are toys. Like these rituals are toys. Stop coming here entitled. Stop coming out here with that stupid ass racial shit. Stop coming out here with that stupid ass shit in regards to being homophobic, transphobic. Stop with all of this stupid shit, because all of that shit is based on your ego anyway. It's based on your ego telling you that that shit isn't right. It's based on the teachings that come from your fucking family, your childhood traumas. Leave that shit at the door, because if you bring that shit to someone like Paimon, he's gonna fuck you up. You bring that shit to someone like Lucifuge Rofokale, it's gonna fuck you up. You bring that shit to someone who's patient like Pune, it's gonna fuck you up. You bring that shit to someone like Osteroth, who's very patient, it's gonna fuck you up. You bring that shit to someone like Marbus, who's really calm, who's very patient, who will give you chances, will fuck you up. Bring that shit to someone like Asmodeus, it's gonna fuck you up. They're gonna fuck you up. You see results of this every single fucking day on these fucking social media platforms of the very fucking practitioners that you hold in high regard being completely fucking outed and exposed for fuck shit. Because they didn't check that shit at the door. Because they don't know their self. Because they don't know their self enough to let that bullshit go. Stop idolizing motherfuckers that don't have that shit together. Stop following motherfuckers that don't have no idea what they're fucking talking about and don't have any fucking experience with the spirits whatsoever. Especially when it comes to TikTok. You guys need to fucking really make sure that you thoroughly look into a motherfucker. If you're going to be watching their fucking content, if you're going to be connecting with that fucking energy, because motherfuckers are going to expose you to some dangerous situations and shit. A lot of motherfuckers are on fuck shit. So be very careful. That fuck shit is going to get you rolled into a mass of bullshit that's going to have the spirits pissed off at you as a result of you listening to that motherfucker because you knew better. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. And I hope that you guys like this video because I fucking went in. And I wouldn't have it any other way.